Hello, Eric here. I am at the Wood County Museum in Bowling Green, Ohio. And this here is a historical marker. It's the Wood County Infirmary, 1869 to 1971, and it housed the county's poor people. So I'm gonna check. There's other exhibits in this museum. But this museum is famous for a murder that occurred in 1881. This German farmer by the name of Karl Bach killed his wife and butchered her body, especially her fingers, and ate them. But it's not on display. It'll be available October 2nd of 2020, so another month away. But there are other stuff in here too. There's an asylum and a pest house, they call it. Back there are more buildings. So for $7 admission, this is a great place to see a nice museum with oddities.
Door you entered, this west wing was
Okay.
built in 1868
Okay.
as the county home.
Okay.
It was the county poor farm.
All right.
And they used this building from 1869
Okay. Wow.
to 1971.
Right.
When this building closed, Woodhaven across Route 6
Yeah.
and Wood Lane, the school for the disabled, opened up.
Yeah.
And for 72 years, Edwin Farmer and his daughter ran this place.
Oh, okay.
There's still people alive today who work for Edwin Farmer's daughter and her husband, Frank Brandeberry.
Yeah.
They're 100 years old.
Wow.
They took good care of the residents. They took good care of the workers.
Okay.
And they took good care of the farm that this
Wow.
was.
Here's a closer look of the poor people of Wood County, and it's in this room. Here's a group shot of the villagers. This was in 1890. That's one creepy looking woman, I gotta admit. Looks like she was a bookkeeper. Here's an example of what an infirmary room would have looked like back in the day. Without these pictures, of course, but you'll have this bed and a drawer, plus chair, and whatever you want to put in here. And this is just a bunch of pictures of the town and the county. And there's me. Here's another room. Again, it's filled with pictures of buildings, old and new. I'm assuming this is the eat area, dining area. And here's a picture of the sleeping ward. Here's an old kitchen, or what it would look like, what they used back then. Well, that table is from the 50s. And here's the cabinets where they place the food and utensils. Canning, for canning and plates, what have you. And these are bowls to put, I don't know, anything, peanuts maybe. And here's pictures of how they did things back then. Here's the stove and fridge, icebox. Oh no, I'm sorry, that's not an icebox, it's another stove. So there's a stove, two stoves here. And this is the wash area. This is where they clean clothes. Such a chore to do back then. So easy now. But back then, even with machines, it was hard. And here's the bathroom. Here's the bathtub. Cabinet. And sink. In the room, it looks like kind of torn up. Maybe it's meant to be that way. But look at this. But it wouldn't be like this back then. It would be newly painted. So this is where you took care of things. Yeah. Some medications that they took. Mertiolate, I used to take that. That's for cuts. Benzacamp ointment. Some drugs. Oh, there's Vicks Vapor Rub. I use that a lot. Bergen's Cordial. Most of us are alcoholic, strong alcoholic drinks. And over there is a casket. And this is a pulpit. This is where they put you in once you died in this infirmary. And this museum is full of pictures on walls. And this collection of pictures, old and new. Like this is a color picture of an alley, a river, and then a parade. And here you've got an ice skater, two ice skaters, one from the 70s and one from the 20s. And yeah, basically a bunch of pictures of going-ons in this county. Here's a chalkboard sign of the sanitarium. This would be used as a billboard for outside. It shows you the treatments and who's operating it. Here's the woman's comfort room. The toilets. And there's 3 of them. Here's the sink and mirror. Here's a series of black and white photos of buildings around the, I think the 1890s, maybe. And again, more and more pictures. You could spend an entire day looking at each picture. There's a lot of them. Mostly old ones. Here's some interesting pictures of cowboys, or boys just wearing cowboy hats. Here's an attractive looking 40s babe. Some people plowing it up in 1949. I guess they had a sense of humor back then. Women preparing dinner. I think they're picking beans or some kind of vegetables. That smiling man on the left is Laverne Snyder. I think he worked here. He was an employee. Here's a nice view of the museum and the atrium, and there's more buildings here, and there's this weird looking one over there. And this is the herb garden and pond and ice pond located in the back. Here's some different herbs, and this is a medicinal garden, and this is the culinary garden, and this one is the everlasting garden, and I don't know what this one is, but here's a different garden, the thyme. There's lavender over here, lemon, rosemary, different kind of herbs. And back here is the ice pond. This is off limits since there's a gate here. But yeah, this would be filled up with water, and this is where they would ice skate. And I think this is a swimming pond too, as well. It looks like an ordinary pond in today's standard, but back then this was quite beautiful. That building in front of me is the powerhouse, and right next to it is the ice house, where they collected the ice to cool the house or make everything cool. I think that's to make ice cubes. This is a really huge ice chest. It's where they kept the meats and the perishables in there. And this is where you scrape the ice with, or cut the ice. And here's some ice picks, or ice scooper, call it ice, or oh, this is an ice scorer, and this is an ice saw. Actually, that's the ice saw. I'm not very good at my ice knowledge, but you know, I live in a modern age, so. But this is with a refrigerator back then. There's the ice blanket. There's another ice crusher. They would put the ice in these compartments to keep them cool. There's another one up there. Here's the other part of the museum. This one is about farming equipment. And there's a barn, I think a smokehouse, and a blacksmith all in this area. I think this rusting behemoth here is some kind of power supply. I guess coal went in there and it powered something. It looks like part of a train, but it's not. It's where you put the coal. And that is the oil well. And you can see it's pretty high up. Or well, could be a water well. Well, I hope you enjoyed the tour of the Wood County's museum in Bowling Green, Ohio. I'm gonna head out, probably go to another museum or another site. Well, thanks for watching. Bye.